What's up, boys and girls? I'm out for a walk and I want to talk. So let's talk. Why would you get on the highway? Why? Well, it's a rhetorical question, really. I know why you get on the highway, because you don't know any better. That's really why. This has happened before. Frankly, there are kids out there who want to get hit by cars too. A lot of these Marxist college kids who feel like they're going to take one for the team or for the cause if they get hit by a car, you know? They don't know any better. They just don't. And frankly, a lot of the responsibility is really on the parents, just sending their kids to college and checking out, not realizing that they are very much responsible for what their kids learn. You're paying for their college, you're responsible for it. Straight up. It's pretty simple. Colleges aren't colleges anymore. It's forget about a university. It's more like an indoctrination camp where these kids go in as decent kids, you know, Republican, Democrat, center, but they come out as these hard left Marxist socialists. And that's why we're here now, right? Black Lives Matter. Marxist ideology. It's all over just basically the website, right? I mentioned this before. And yet, because people are very ignorant, we live in a society where gaining knowledge is great only if it's the right knowledge, only if it's the knowledge that has a particular bent towards one direction or another. And that's foolish. That's not wise. You know, schools are more interested now in teaching about racism than they are the history of our country, the history of the world. Those who don't recognize history are going to wind up repeating some of it at some point all over again, right? This is not new. None of this stuff is revolutionary in any way. Like, a lot of these kids really think that they are doing something akin to Martin Luther King. Like, they think that. They think that when they grow old, they're going to be like, oh, son, I stood there and we took down that statue because we meant business. And now, like, no, it's not going to go that way. It really isn't going to go that way. These kids are doing nothing compared to the titans of American history. Like, they really aren't. They're not doing anything. They're getting hit by cars. They're getting arrested. They're destroying communities, right? And that's just about it. That's just about it. I know. Now's the time for people to stand up, especially men, to stand up against this ignorance and this stupidity. It really is time. Like, especially when it comes to conservatives. Conservatives roll over so easy. And I feel like part of that is because we strive for decency, for respect. We, just try to be decent people, right? When they act crazy, we don't act crazy, right? But there is a middle area in there, between acting crazy and not acting crazy. There's this middle area where conservatives really need to start going. And that's just basically a courageous position that upholds good traditional values. Like, the curse word of today's society is like abstinence, personal responsibility. I can't believe that. You know what I mean? All lives matter. All the greatest sins. Like, those are the curse words of our modern day. And that's real sad. It's real dumb. It's real stupid. But that's where we are. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of people just don't want to deal with any of the craziness. And so the silent majority are just like, yep, this is crazy, this is dumb. But honestly, these people are not stopping. They're not going to stop. If they're crazy enough to get on the highway and get hit by cars in the name of social justice, then what are they going to do if Trump gets reelected? You know what I mean? They really feel like they're fighting the revolution, the resistance, blah, 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 blah. They're not doing anything, but they think they're doing a lot. That's the difference. That's the problem. These kids are so zealous, so filled with zeal to get out there and do something. And it's a very, human thing, especially as a younger person, feel like, oh man, I need to change the world. You know, there's so much injustice. We need to change this, blah, 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 which can be good. But when you rush into this stuff with ignorance, a lack of wisdom, a lack of knowledge, not realizing that a lot of the talking points of today have been repeated centuries ago, they failed horribly. You're not doing it right. You're doing it quite wrong. Very, very, very wrong. With these leftists, it's like a 4-year-long temper tantrum, right? That's what it's been since Trump got reelected. Just like constant frustration and anger and all this stuff, let alone the media has manipulated people into thinking Trump is, you know, Hitler 2.0, you know, all that stuff. The kind of narrative that's dead now, by the way. You know, people don't talk about that anymore. You know, oh, white supremacists, blah, 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 blah. They don't really talk about that anymore. The new talking points are, you know, racial justice, racial this, racial that. And we all know what the real problem is with the black demographic. That's we already know what's up with that, right? But here we are. And I guarantee you, those people at that mansion in Missouri, when the Black Lives Matter activists were there acting crazy, if one shot would have went off, they would have scattered. This is the problem with these extreme leftists. They will punch, they will kick, they will throw things, they will bust windows, they will do all of this stuff, and they won't stop until a trigger is pulled. They won't. They super won't. We're getting to that point where that's the case. You know, they're getting so emboldened, and the media covers for them, right?
I suffered.
You were the one pointing a loaded weapon at a group of people who were walking past looking for the mayor's house as a point of protest.
No, I'm doing this. Chris, that's an entirely false concept. No single media outlet has ever mentioned the complete falsity of that statement. The mayor's house cannot be reached through my neighborhood.
The media doesn't say, oh, that's illegal. You're not going to hear CNN say what these protesters doing is a crime, right? That they should go to jail. They're not going to say that. They're going to basically be apologists for these people. They're just going to keep doing that, you know. Racial injustice is a problem in America. Like, dude, racism is an issue across the entire planet. Human beings are the same. They have not changed. This idea that human beings change with time is really, it's wrong. Not in regards to the base human nature of a human being. It's not going to change, you know. People can change on an individual level and grow, right? Or not grow, you know. But the basic human nature is the same. Honestly, a lot of these protesters are a bunch of rich kids who are bored, right? You know, that's the thing. And a lot of them have this false white guilt, you know, and are projecting it on other people. So extreme that they're willing to hop on highways and get hit by cars. Get off the highway. Get off the highway. Get off the highway. Get off the highway. Come on. So simple. Get off the highway. Get off the highway. It's a bad idea. Get off the highway. Hey, you know what's a great idea? You won't get hit by a car traveling super fast and get killed if you're not on the highway. Y'all think more people are going to be on the highway after I say this? Yep. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to hop on the highway and somebody's going to get killed again, you know. Someone's going to think that they can stand in front of, I don't know, Sally's car, and Sally ain't having it, and she's going to just speed through there in her minivan, and somebody's going to get hurt again, and of course they're going to be victims, right? I mean, just like that. And you know, news goes fast too, right? So she's dead and gone, hit by a car. In a week, this will be old news, and people will move on. Conventional wisdom is just dead now. Common sense, get off the highway. If you don't want to get hit by a car, you get off the highway. It's real simple. Get off the highway. Come on. Please get off the highway. What are you doing? Get off the highway. Get out the road. Don't try and block a car in protest. You can get hurt. It's real simple. Real simple. Welcome to Simple Land, where where I have nothing but simple things to say that are nevertheless true, right? If you're not on the highway protesting, you're not going to get hit by a car on the highway protesting. But hey, social justice, social change, here we are. The type of people who feel that they need to be part of a group. They need to have this strength and solidarity in certain issues. These people are the easily manipulated. These are the people like, yeah, Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 blah. And someone comes in and says, hey, the real problem with the black community is black on black crime. A whole bunch of kids got killed in Chicago and they were all black. And that was like just a week ago. And then a week before that, like, anyway, Black Lives Matter. So I'm going to wear the shirt and post on social media, fight the power. You see how absurd this is? Like, this is crazy. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's so short-sighted. Get off the highway. Don't try to bust up someone's house. Don't trespass. People tend to not come out with guns if you don't trespass on the property. Weird, right? Who knew? I can't do this. Like, for those of you who have subscribed and know what I mean, thank you so much for letting me know that I'm not crazy. You know, like, I'm not I'm not a strange man in a normal world. It's really the other way around. To have all this technology and be so connected with one another, you know, in a moment's notice, I can send gigs of data from one place to another. I can hop online. I can do a live stream, right? I can do all sorts of stuff like that. And yet people are just ignorant, super ignorant, more ignorant than, honestly, it's weird. It's like, because we have such access, right? There's so much available to us. And not just bad stuff, you know, not just bad stuff. There's all sorts of knowledge available now, right now. Hop on the internet, boom, start reading. You can read all kind of stuff right now. You can learn all sort of things. And yet, in spite of that being readily available, this isn't like the book 1984. This isn't Oceania, right? Where truth is burned, you know, and the few books that are available spout a bunch of lies and stuff. Like, it's right here. It's right here. Even in my hand right now, I have the ability to learn and look into moments of the past and see what people did and what happened, and then learn from those as a result and be a wiser person. But nope, sorry, it's just not gonna happen. Not now. It's just not gonna happen. We gotta go with what feels good and honestly, what doesn't get me hurt. Because, you know, I know there are leftist people, I know leftist friends that the moment they say something contrary to the movement, dude, they are enemy number one. They're public enemy number one. And that's crazy. That's unreal. The moment they say something that's contradictory to the narrative, they're immediately ousted by friends. Sorry, you're not a friend anymore. Nope, you're done. You're out of here, buddy. Oh, we'll also insult you too. It's very much akin to, well, I mean, I just mentioned 1984 in the book. Kids report on their parents and they're super vigilant about other people, you know? Like, if it seems that these people are committing thought crimes or, you know, any sort of crime that would express distrust with the government or whatever, like, they're immediately reported. You know, these kids are vicious. And how is that not different from right now? Like right now, with cancel culture being the way it is, you know, people have lost their jobs on Twitter, people on the left, you know, they're attacking Terry Crews right now, right? Terry Crews under attack, boy. And just not too long ago, but they were patting him on the head. You know, yes, that's right. Good job. Good job, Terry. Nice work, buddy. Oh, man. So it's sad. Like, as a conservative, if I said right now, I'm voting for Joe, like, most conservatives are really like, you're an idiot. That's a dumb idea. But okay, I'll still be your friend. I mean, that's really it, right? I can still call them up, go out to get a bite to eat. But if I was on the left and I did the other way around, dude, I'd be ousted. No way. You're out of here. Don't even talk to me anymore. There are people who are family members on social media that can't talk anymore. They can't talk anymore because of political differences. Like, how sad and low has our society stooped to the point to where family, people you've known for decades, years and years of building relationships, you know, both good and bad experiences and stuff. And by the way, I'm voting for Trump. What? You're a moron. I can't believe you. I hate you. Delete. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's so dumb. But that's where we are. Like, dude, my dad, God rest his soul, he passed away. But if he were to come back, you know, like he's laying on a hospital bed and he's like, son, fill me in on what happened since I passed. I'm like, well, Donald Trump won the presidency. People say he's basically Hitler 2.0. And if you're trying to defend yourself by means of a firearm, you're basically the criminal and not the perpetrator. Also, by the way, there's more than two genders now. It's actually a spectrum. It's not even numerical anymore. There's shades of gray, all kinds of things. Z, Zer, all sorts of pronouns for people. Yeah, so, by the way, if you do abandon me as a father and just leave, it's no big deal. No one will say anything because they still expect that from black people and not better. My dad would just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna die all over again. I'll see you on the other side, buddy. Hey man, dude, like, it's this society is so ridiculous. Like, man, sometimes you have to just stop and laugh, right? Sometimes you have to just stop and say, all right, this is just so dumb. This is so absurd. What are we doing? What are we doing? You got to cut this out. Like, y'all should know better. You should know better now. You should know. Oh wait, you went to college. Well, you should definitely know better. Oh, they're not teaching history in college? Oh, they are? Oh, they're just teaching the little part? Oh, okay. So you don't know. Wonderful. You don't know better. That's why we got kids on highways getting hit by cars. That's why we got kids thinking it's okay to break down gates and go onto private property and stuff. And the media covers them. The media is totally fine with it. Like, the media, you know, Trump said a while back that the media is the enemy of the people. That's very strong language. But honestly, if you have common sense and just uphold regular, good old-fashioned, just decent values and see what's on the news now, yeah, they're pretty much the enemy. I mean, yeah, but basically, CNN was just completely thrashing that dude who defended him and his wife with his rifle and her handgun. He's like, how can you pull this out? I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, you pulled out a firearm. Don't you think this is a little extreme? And it's like, dude, they're on private property. They broke through the gate. It's not like they buzzed. This is so dumb. It's not like they buzzed and then they just came in like, oh, hey, can we come in and protest? Sure. And he opens the gate and they come in. He's like, oh, sorry, I'm pulling out my rifle. It's time to start brandishing. Like, it's nothing like that. They broke down the gate. They broke down the gate. CNN ain't gonna talk about it. They're not gonna do it. Why? Because they're apologists for these people. They just keep letting them, they keep covering them. And think about that. It's bad behavior, criminal behavior. News organizations are literally covering for criminal behavior. Right now. This very moment. Criminal behavior is totally covered. It's fine. It's not a big deal. If you're doing it in the name of BLM, we won't even talk about it. Just, you know, if you go to jail or whatever, that's on you. But hey, we're not gonna condemn it or anything. If anything, we kind of feel like you have a good reason to do it. What? For real? This is dumb. This is just so stupid. And I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. Like, what are we gonna do? Because this ignorance is just spreading, man. Like, it's so weird. This is a weird time, y'all. This is a really weird time. These kids think they are changing the world and doing something new, right? With this Marxist ideology and stuff. And to be frank, the majority of black people are too ignorant to realize that BLM is a front for Marxism. So they're always easy to manipulate, right? Not all, but most. You know? Dude. This is crazy town, crazy world. Welcome to crazy world. And dude, November is just gonna be a If Trump wins, man, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Like, there were no mobs 3 months ago. Now there are. They're unapologetic. They don't care about your property. They don't care about your personal well-being. They don't. So stock up. Do it. Stock up. Because come November, Trump wins again, dude, I think this is just the warm-up to a real game. Thumbs up is very much appreciated. That helps the channel a lot. I'm gonna make a ton of videos this week. I've just gotta talk about these issues because this is This is dumb. It's real dumb. Real dumb. I'll see y'all later.